Hey there, guys. So, League posted out a dev blog today about Mundo's rework, which we saw was going to happen like a couple days ago back on the roadmap. I haven't read through it yet, so I wanted to read it here first with you guys. So, here it is. Dev kicking off Dr. Mundo's VGU. So, sorry if my reading is kind of bad. I just kind of read slow, and I want to make sure I get it all right. As we mentioned, the recent champion Dr. Mundo is up next for the VGU in 2021. So this rework's gonna take a while, obviously, since it's gonna take like a good 6 months from where we are to even see him. But I can't wait to see it. We share a lot of work in progress doing fiddles on Foley's VGU, and we plan to do the same for Mundo. Our hope is that by showing the direction and plans for VGUs early, we can get more feedback from you about what's working well and what we can improve on. This approach has gone well so far, both in regard to the feedback we see and the reception from you all. So today we want to share an early look at the work on Windows Update. Let's start by talking a little bit about why we chose Dr. Mundo for VGU. What our goals are. Honestly, one of the main reasons we wanted to update Dr. Mundo is because how dated his visuals have become. Mundo sticks out like a sore thumb in the current roster of champions. We felt like there was a lot of potential to really upgrade Mundo's visuals and to not only look better, but to fit better in how League's visual style has evolved over the years. We also think that there's room for gameplay improvement from Mundo's kit. He has a lot that currently works well for him, like his super tank regeneration and the ability to constantly chunk cleavers that both of which you can expect to stay in some form or another after his update. So he'll probably still have it. So he's still gonna have his super regen and his cleavers. That's cool. Sucks though, he's really fun to play with too. Another major goal for Mundo's gameplay is to keep him very simple champion. If we want to build more mastery into his kit, but not the kind of mastery that will suddenly require you to have lightning fast reflexes, so expect this kit complexity to stay pretty similar. With those goals in mind, let's hear what Dr. Mundo's lead gameplay designer and concept artist and narrative writer have been exploring so far. A medical license to kill. Most League players probably have a memory or several blasting outrageous amounts of damage into Dr. Mundo, then watch and see who goes on to kill you, your carry, and walk out with more health than he started. The extreme tankiness and regen are definitely things we believe core identity of Dr. Mundo's identity, and ultimately when you play him, you should feel like taking damage is a problem for other champions. This early in the process, we wanted to explore a variety of things that we could do to ham this experience up even more. Our main goals are to give opponents more counterplay options against Mundo, increase Mundo's gameplay variance beyond landing cleavers, and bring Mundo into a modern era of League without sacrificing his overall simplicity. We haven't landed on the final direction for his kit yet, but here's a few things we've tried so far. First iteration, we tested Dr. Mundo gain 1 max health every time he was hit, and we soon after tried other versions of Mundo gaining max HP by welcoming incoming damage. After a number of tests, it became clear that this was too much of an incentive for bad decision making. Oh, that makes sense. Players would often overcommit, intentionally position poorly, or seek out really bad trades, so we pivoted slightly to Mundo converting his defensive stats into, you guessed it, more health. After a couple of items, his health bar became an absolute unit. I think this is base and this is what items, holy crap. However, with such ridiculous amount of health, the champions and items that were as strong against Mundo became even stronger. Those that were weak became even weaker. This created an even more polarized games that current Dr. Mundo. So ultimately we decided to stop pursuing this route. Also, let me explain that little line because it's not that execute threshold for Elder Dragon buff. We also tried giving Dr. Mundo really high health regeneration all the time, but some of the damage he took would lower his max HP. The line is showing that his current maximum health, which would only recover on Fountain of or on death. However, this contradicted the regeneration fantasy by making players feel punished for taking poke damage instead of protected from it, which is not a feeling we want for a mass just tank. It also led to some stress and confusion around when to fight, when to recall, and generally managing max out. Overall, it was too much for poor Mundo's brain to think about, so we moved on to simple abilities. Oh, this red line. But yeah, that kind of seems weird that you wouldn't be able to heal this back unless you went to Fountain or died. Outside of Giga Health Regeneration, we thought about other tools you'd expect from a Zonite mutant freak. We tried a few things like not so surgical bending and ripping out his cleavers, but the one we tested the most was a chain reacting corpse explosion. What the heck? Oh, so when it dies, it explodes in nearby, and oh, okay. So it's like a little bleed, and then it explodes when they die, and so like a chain reacts. That's kind of cool. Seems kind of weird. Wait, who's this? Ah, I bet this is a tease the new champ or something. I can't really tell because it's kind of pixelated. That's for another day. While fun, ultimately this ability felt too Zodiac and overall magey for what you'd expect from a ripped melee top laner. Mundo having multiple tools to avoid going into melee didn't fit the character that he is visually, nor did it really encourage the type of gameplay we want Mundo to have. We're still in the phase where everything is super crazy and experimental, kind of like Mundo. While none of these early explorations have felt quite right, our muscular purple MD will still be one of the league's marquee mega tanks. We're super excited to share these early explorations with you to see where his gameplay goes. About all the totally legitimate medical knowledge we'll pick up along the way. Wearing cleavers against the wall. Like Fiddlesticks, Dr. Minnow was one of my first loves in League. A trend is emerging. There's nothing quite like the rush of wading through your foes without care as the curious cries, so I want to save them. Man, look at these concept arts. What is going on in half of these? Like, oh my god. R looks kind of weird. It kind of looks like Mundo, or not Mundo, obviously Mundo. But it looks like old Yorick with the hood. I mean, these are kind of cool, I guess. Kind of like this one the most. Kind of cool. We start out with big exploration, plumbing the depths of Zon for directions revolving around what Mundo is and what Mundo could be. This is my favorite part of the design because we aren't yet focused on answering questions, only to ask. Even now, this kind of wild dreaming isn't always practical. It can lead to unexpected sparks of inspire and a brighter future. Ultimately, the visual fantasies that are at its core are clear: Doctor and Mundo. The Doctor team could be approached in many ways, and all of them be an improvement. So I'm really excited there. Mundo, on the other hand, has the quality of just being Mundo. Some would say it's indescribable. Others pure purple, but I'd eyeball as it being an unkillable regenerating freak machine that maybe doesn't have the cleanest grip on reality, clearest grip. Look at these faces, man. That just looks like a weird Draven right here. He's like cool. Tone is something we're discussing a lot. Some say Mundo is a horrific serial killer, others lovable dope. Some even tell me he's quite handsome. We think of finding the right juxtaposition. Wow, that's a word. Juxtaposition. Probably saying that wrong. Between the comedy and the menace, Mundo will be key. It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm sure the design will go exactly as he wants. Is this all lore? Oh no, it's not lore. I thought it was for a second. Reworking Mundo has been quite a unique experience from the start. Often when we rework old champs, they're in such a bad shape that some of our changes end up being pretty drastic. One day, one of these reworks probably, we will all kind of agree that we liked Mundo, so does much of the world. Obviously, that didn't mean he couldn't be improved, especially visually. but everyone in the room felt he filled a unique space in our champ roster, one that we didn't want to abandon entirely. The idea of an unstoppable psycho who can't be hurt, combined with the whole doctor angle, is a gold mine that we wanted to dig into. So the question became, how do we make him more successful at fulfilling the fantasy of being an unkillable psycho doctor? Next question I was asked, exactly how stupid do we want him to be? We thought about making him an actual doctor, perhaps someone who went mad through his own medicine, but that put him in the same crazy scientist space as Singe. So we began to experiment with his role as a man who is not a doctor at all, but someone who thinks he's a doctor, and is too stupid to know he isn't. We realized that while we have no shortage of crazy champs, Ziggs, Jinx, Kled, to name a few, how many do we really need? How many do we really have who are flat out dumb? Maybe Trundle, and he's supposed to be smart for a troll. We also realize that the dumb thing works really well for a guy who's supposedly unaware of what is happening to his own body. No matter where Mundo goes, it's been fun exploring the direction, potential, avenues for his character. What's next? We're planning to release Dr. Mundo in 2021, so you can expect the next /dev blog towards the end of the year once we enter full production. As always, let us know what you think, what excites you, and what terrifies you. Why is Mundo the most handsome purple doctor of all time? We'll be reading through your thoughts and feedback, as we want all your help to make us the best Mundo possible. Well, that's pretty cool though. I mean, there's some pretty wicked early concepts for his body type, especially. These are pretty drastic. I just hope they keep the whole, Mundo goes where he pleases kind of thing. I think he's pretty funny, and I just can't wait to see what he is, because, I mean, he is kind of simple, and he is just kind of a dude when you look at him visually. Yeah. Hope you guys are excited as I am. If you guys always want me to review more dev blogs and all kinds of league news or Riot news based on Valorant or anything else, let me know down in the comments below. And remember, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and all my social links down in the description if you ever want to catch a game with me on Discord. Till then, guys, you have a good day.